Okay, Arnaud, you are good to go. Please start.
Good. Good morning to everyone. My name is Arnaud Violon. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Safetyn, being created 3 years ago. And we've been accelerated by Airbus BizLab, by Solar Impulse, by Cluster Safe in Avignon, and by Aerospace Valley in Toulouse. We are to become the applied human factor specialist for a safer you, as you can see here, especially in the airs, meaning that we've witnessed for the last 30 years a drastic reduction of fatality rates on the roads in automotive industry. Unfortunately, we have not seen these good statistics in general aviation when we talk about monopilot aircraft, typically helicopters, gliders, light aircraft. And there need to be, with the densification of low to mid-air altitude traffic with the recreational drones, definitely something to be done there and to completely rethink drastically from a safety-centered approach how we fly today. This is why we've been working for the last 3 years on developing what we see here, an iteration of 6 prototypes called the Safetynbox, which is a multifunctional device that pilots take with them aboard their aircraft and put on the flight deck. 2 angle of attack we've focused on, which is emergency, intelligent alerts whenever we're suffering from human factor limitations like inattentional deafness. We cannot hear an alert because we are cognitively very engaged into some other concerns or some other traffic to concentrate on. And because we are creating some kind of a personal recorder, we want this to be able to help pilots to auto-debrief themselves and to debrief what happened during the flight, events with safety coaches, flight instructors which have been trained for psychopedagogic skills. So you can see here about an aircraft, which was the first flight close to Mont Blanc of this Safetynbox. This is pillar number 1. Pillar number 2 is basically personal simulation. Especially during this COVID period, we can see people, pilots, suffering from the lack of training and being at home. And we have X-Planes, Microsoft Flight Simulators coming with amazing live immersive experience with even virtual reality. But we are lacking from serious training, the same way as when you are doing an MBA, you have business case studies. So we developed, we innovated into developing a pack, which is a safety case. And we are to build 200 of them by end of 2021 to immerse pilots into situations where they can learn from themselves. So what's interesting in what we do is it's not just about a box. It's an integrated and holistic spectrum of solutions, which basically goes from these business case studies, these pilot studies, through a live debrief mobile app, exactly as you would have on Strava. So we're really focusing on a broad human-centered safety situational awareness. When it comes to scaling this business model, it's not about pilot. Obviously, we are addressing a drastic need on this market, but the recipe that we are building here is to be duplicated into other risky situations, especially on leisure and professional areas. So we are investigating hospitals, nuclear plants, sailor boats, where basically you have human factor limitations and you can go to a very deadly situations. And we want the feedback loop here, a resilience type of mindset to be constructed from day one when you start in your activity. So at the end of the day, we are to become a human factor centered analytics company to develop intelligence alerts and intelligence pedagogic way of learning to be a better pilots and people exposed to risk. When it comes to the business model, so at the end of the day, we are focusing not on the growth market because it's not growing that much, to be frank, the general aviation one, but we're focusing on the install base of all the pilots in the world. Almost 500,000 of it. If you're looking at the price proposition of what we do is 2,000 euro, namely per box. So you almost reach a $1 billion market that is created by us on the blue ocean way. What's interesting as well in terms of the geographies, it's very simple. So we have 1/3 of the market here in Europe and 2/3 of the market in North America. So we already started planting seeds in North America, and we're focusing right now on French-speaking countries and also expanding in Germany and the UK for a deployment that will not be sequential, but very parallel. Focusing on 4 segments of customers. So first, the pilot themselves, the private owners of aircrafts, but also the student pilots and their instructors, and also the PAX, the passengers, because we want to understand how to make them become passengers of air taxis and having a smooth ride on these upcoming ways of flying. From a competition standpoint, the market is very segmented and very specialized on one specific safety items, and it is aircraft centric. We are pilot centric. We are connecting with the pilots, and we understand them from a psychological standpoint, but also from a physiological standpoint, so as to help him become a much better pilot. So we have really an integrated approach, which is, let's say, not yet on the market. Then from a team standpoint, we are 14 executives. The top management is composed of 4 individuals who have 20 years experience from strategy management consulting in automotive, in medical, in hospital industries, and pretty much 1/3 of the team is pilots. And we are supported by extremely well qualified ambassadors thanks to our acceleration at Airbus. So helicopters, flight test pilots here like Hugues Stichel. And also we have since this year a great ambassador with Catherine Monori, who is very skilled in terms of human factor. So that's very precious on the community we build, and we're creating a large pool of Safetyn coaches in 2020. So at the end of the day, we are to bridge the technology with human factor. We are entering a moment where we are a spectrum between man and unmanned, and the pilot and the individual exposed to risk is in between. We help him to better understand the situation and to become a better pilot. So at the end of the day, so thank you for your attention. We are 3 offices, one in Geneva area, French side, one in Avignon, Safe Cluster, and one in Toulouse with Airbus BizLab. And we are looking forward for corporate partners to help us becoming and joining the journey to better understand human factor and help people becoming more resilient with developing their feedback loop. Thank you for your attention, and open to questions.
Thank you so much, Arnaud. Very good presentation. So please ensure that you can meet Arnaud in Safetyn's table after the session. So thank you very much again, Arnaud. I would like to invite to the backstage Tan Long from QuantQ, and then we'll start the new session. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Joao.
Thank you.